At the Woods and Waters campgrounds in Columbus, Ohio, a young man named Ulysses runs desperately until he trips, begging for something to stop. When he turns his back, he finds the Inhumans offering help. Weeks later in Manhattan, the Avengers are getting back on their feet after being beaten up by the unidentified army of a Celestial. While Spider-Man questions if that's the best course of action, Iron Man informs him they have to stick to the plan. As they charge at the enemies, the cavalry arrives in the form of the Inhumans, the X-Men, a Force, the Ultimates, the Avengers Unity Division, and the New Avengers. The heroes hold the line against the invaders as magic teleports Doctor Strange and several other magicians to the scene, as planned. The magic users conjure the group spell of Dimension Reversal from the Book of the Vishanti, transporting the Celestial back whence it came from, and closing the rift it used to arrive in this dimension in the process. The next evening, all of the heroes present in the scene attend a celebratory party at the Stark Tower. Tony Stark makes a toast to the Inhumans, who are thanked for making the victory possible, as they had warned the Avengers of the upcoming threat. However, the heroes don't know how did the Inhumans do that, so Medusa is eventually approached by both Tony Stark and Captain Marvel with that question. After consulting with her fellow Inhumans, Medusa asks a handful of the heroes to meet privately in the kitchen. She introduces them to Ulysses, who is revealed to have the ability to unwillingly have visions into the future after undergoing Terrigenesis when the Terrigen cloud hit his college. Captain Marvel offers him to work with the Ultimates, as their purpose is to preemptively tackle disasters before they happen. However, Tony frowns upon the idea, suggesting it's dangerous to take his visions at face value, considering the ability to prevent the events Ulysses sees from happening means he doesn't have access to anything set in stone. Furthermore, Marvel Girl cannot read his mind to verify what he's saying is indeed what he saw. The fact that so little is known about how Ulysses' powers exactly work and their efficacy also worries Stark. Carol argues that using him is the right thing to do, considering it was effective in defeating the Celestial. Before continuing the debate, Stark asks Ulysses to tell more about him. When he was a vision, Ulysses vividly experiences it, overwhelming him. After being brought into the Inhumans, Magister Karnak helped the young boy control his abilities to be able to understand them. The first clear vision he had was that of the world ending as a consequence of the Celestial, but that has been stopped. Stark subsequently brings up the morality behind using Ulysses, wondering if it's okay to stop and punish a person for something they could potentially do, and might not even know they do. Before leaving the rest of the heroes, Tony warns Carol that they need to be careful about Ulysses' visions and what course of action could be taken based on them. 3 weeks later, in the middle of the night at New Attilan, Ulysses is awakened by a vision. He panics, and when Medusa comes to his aid, he insists they need to call the Ultimates. In his laboratory, Tony Stark is testing the abilities of his armor's stealth mode when MJ Watson interrupts him to inform him that Jim Rhodes has passed away. Tony quickly flies to the Triskelion, demanding to see his best friend's corpse. After seeing the damage done to Rhodey's armor, Tony urges, on the verge of tears, to be told how did this happen, calling out Carol Danvers. He's directed to one of aid stations in the Triskelion's medical wing. Stark enters the tent to find Captain Marvel sitting in a chair next to a comatose She-Hulk. When he asks her what happened, Carol reveals that the Ultimates used the information from one of Ulysses' visions to ambush Thanos at the Project Pegasus facility, and Rhodey was killed by Thanos in combat. Tony blames Carol of the tragedies caused by this incident, but Carol clarifies that Rhodey had gone into battle willingly and that she'd do it again, considering at least Thanos was neutralized and apprehended. Tony furiously leaves the building, claiming he'll make sure nobody will try to play God again. Right after he leaves, She-Hulk awakens, barely conscious, and asks Carol to fight for using Ulysses. Her vital signs immediately go flat, and the doctors rush to attempt to resuscitate her. Carol is separated from She-Hulk, and breaks out in tears. Thanks for watching and please subscribe, like, comment and share this video to support us. See you on the next comic review videos.